Have you seen the movie The Sandlot? Well, if you say no, I'm going to be forced to say, "You're killing me, Smalls." And if you haven't seen the movie, you won't know that quote, and now you're confused before we even get started. Anyway, where were we? In the movie The Sandlot, Smalls' stepdad's prized possession is a ball signed by Babe Ruth. Smalls always wants to go in and see it and hold it, but he doesn't even know who Babe Ruth is or just how valuable that ball is. Well, one day when the kids are at the Sandlot, they're in need of a ball. Smalls rushes home to grab this ball. He was an only child. He doesn't ask permission, he just went in, took things into his own hands, grabbed the ball, took it to the Sandlot, and then proceeded to hit the ball signed by Babe Ruth over the fence into the territory of the Beast. For those not familiar, the Beast was the dog that lived on the other side of the fence that had grown into quite a mythical creature and was quite the adversary for the Sandlot boys and all the balls that they would hit over the fence. Well, they ended up getting the ball back by the end of the movie, but the ball is in bad shape. The ball was once in pristine shape and probably worth a fortune, but now in such bad shape, and it had no doubt lost some of its value. What hit me about this scenario, though, is that because Smalls was an only child, the ball would have been his one day. The fortune that came along with the ball was his, but because he went and got it in the wrong way, it probably cost him a lot in the long run. Well, in today's passage, we see that Jacob is back up to his tricks, where this time he tricks his father into giving him the family blessing. Which may not seem like a big deal to you and I, but in this family's culture, they believe that whatever blessing the father pronounced over the kids, that God would surely see through and do that very thing. And much like the birthright that he stole from Esau in Genesis 25, he steals this blessing away by lying and deceiving his own dad. But the thing that bothers me the most about Jacob's lying and trickery is that it was all in service of trying to get something God had already said was his in Genesis 25. The prophecy was that the younger brother would receive God's blessing, that he would be the head of the house, that he would be the leader of the family. God had already said it. And Jacob spent his whole life figuring out a way to get what God had already said was his. The problem was by the time he got it, it was going to cost him. He was going to have to leave his family, go stay with his uncle Laban. He would leave home and everything he had ever known, all because he took matters into his own hands. He got what he wanted, but because he did it this way instead of waiting on God to bless him, now he has to pay a price for it. Can you think of times that you've rushed things, taken matters into your own hands? God wants to bless you. God has good in store for you, but you keep rushing forward and doing it on your own, and you very well may end up getting the same result. But because of how you did it, it might cost you in the process. Let's wait on God. Let's let God bless us. Let's trust that God has good in store for us. It cost Smalls. It cost Jacob. Don't let it cost you.